Hey, welcome back to the Mr. Excel Netcast. I'm Bill Jelen. Today we have a question that came in one of my Excel seminars. It was a question from someone who works at a bank, and they said, hey, we're always dealing with bank holidays and with basically figuring out what day of the week something fell on. And I said, well, okay, well, you don't have to do any formula at all. First of all, if you have a series of dates, you can choose that series of dates and go into Format Cells. And of course, there's a whole bunch of date functions here, none of which are exactly what you want. But if we go into Custom, and basically what happens is when you put in a single D or two Ds, you're just going to get the day of the month. So for example, here, February 23rd, it's going to give me a 2-3. But if I put in three Ds, it's going to put FRI, and four Ds will give me Friday. So let's just format that column and basically say, hey, use the 4D format, DD, and it will show me the day of the week. Now, if you need to do this with a formula, we can say that we want to use the text, equal text of cell A3. And what format do we want to use? Of course, it's the 4Ds. Close that quote, close the parentheses, copy down, and we get the exact same value. So there is a formula that will calculate that. Now, I had to point out that if you need to sort it by day of the week, interesting tool, data, sort by day of the week, but then say options, and then instead of using a normal sort order, we want to sort it into Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. That will, of course, get all of your Mondays to the top. Then as we started to talk about this, we realized that what they're really trying to do is figure out the day before the transaction, the banking day before the transaction. So they had some sort of a huge if statement that said, hey, if it's Monday, we need to back this up 2 days. And oh, by the way, there's like these 10 bank holidays that really tend to cause problems. So if we want to figure out the transaction date as the banking day before today, what we can do is use the equal workday function. Workday usually is used to figure out, well, from February 12, 2007, I want to go -1 workdays, factoring in these bank holidays. So over here in column K, I type the bank holidays. I always want to point to those bank holidays, so I'll hit F4 to put the dollar signs in. And that gives me the right answer in the wrong format. We'll use Format Cells, and I'll choose Date. Click OK. So there we see that the banking day before the 12th was Friday the 9th. We'll copy that down, and it will correctly calculate all of the transaction days as one banking day before the original day. Great use of Excel. The workday function, I realize, is really obscure. It's actually in the Analysis Tool Pack. You have to use Tools, Add-ins, and choose Analysis Tool Pack to have that be available to you. And then the obscure 4D function, which shows us the day of the week instead of the date itself. So a couple of great tips there. Thanks to the folks down in Charlotte for asking that question in our seminar. And thanks to you for stopping by. We'll see you next time for another Netcast from Mr. Excel.